All right, so the heat started to build. You've already felt that as we get into the lunch hour and beyond. The heat's going to be really felt here throughout the day today. And that's really going to be the story. We've been talking about it all week. The hottest weather of the season is upon us. And our first 90s, not to mention our first heat index, pushing close to 100 degrees. So for the rest of the day today, just a couple of few fair weather cumulus clouds drift in with that northwesterly flow. We do have a frontal boundary swinging its way on through the area. And that cold front's going to help to bring us the clouds, but doesn't do a whole lot. Maybe bringing us a couple of isolated showers and maybe thunderstorms, but mainly across the highest peaks of the Smokies. This weekend, a little bit drier air on Saturday, but I don't necessarily know that you're going to feel it. Sunday is going to be hotter and more humid for sure, and still looking rather dry and hot next week. So make sure you check out any latest forecasts. Log on to easttnweather.com every once in a while to check in on the latest updates, your daily forecast, your access to the only 24-hour weather channel, and so much more. But again, I don't necessarily know that we'll have a huge chance for a lot of rain. So let's go ahead and dive into the details here for the rest of the afternoon. We're going to see those temperatures climbing to the low to mid 90s. That's going to put our heat index values in the mid to upper 90s throughout the day today as the humidity continues to creep its way on into the area. So when you look at your evening forecast, you know me. I love a good old Friday fire pit night in the backyard with your friends and family members. Well, tonight's not necessarily one of those nights unless you wanted to, with ambiance in the background as you kind of hang out in the backyard, or if you have a swimming pool, it's going to be a great evening, great night swimming weather on the way, great swimming weather altogether, whether you're going to the pools or the lakes. Perfect. Look at your Saturday pool forecast. Even by noon, we're going to be at 84. We're going to be climbing into the low to mid 80s on Saturday. Again, just a little bit drier air on Saturday as the humidity continues to build on into our Sunday and Monday. And so do those temperatures. We're going to climb into the low to mid 90s as we get into our Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and that's really going to be the story next week as well. Here's what it looks like in the big picture. Here's that frontal boundary that's going to head our way. Again, it's moisture starved. Not a lot of moisture with this cold front. May spark off an isolated stray shower across the mountains, but that's going to be about the extent of it. As we head into our Saturday, plenty of sunshine on the way, a little bit drier air, as I mentioned. And then Sunday, that high ridge of high pressure shifts off to our east, and that's going to allow a return flow from the Gulf of Mexico, which means more moisture being added. So you can see how dew points go from the upper 60s today down into the mid 60s tomorrow, but then soar right back to near 70 degrees Sunday, Monday. And remember, the dew point is the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. The higher that number is, combined with the hotter temperatures, gives us heat index values. And it's going to be cooking, my friends. So do travel safely if you are traveling around the region as well. So as we look ahead today through the upcoming weekend, this ridge of high pressure in the upper parts of the atmosphere, our jet stream, starts to build its way on into the area. So while we have surface high pressure anchored across the southeastern coastline that's helping to pump in the humidity, a ridge of high pressure in the upper parts of the atmosphere helps to bring us sinking air, subsidence, and that brings us the extremely hot weather. And that's why temperatures will continue to climb. And as we look into next week, it looks like all the way from East Tennessee up to Minneapolis and even New England, we're talking about above average temperatures with some below average temperatures across the Pacific Northwest as another trough digs in that area. But that's not heading our way by any stretch. So your Friday heat index values, look at these temperatures. Anything that you see red on the screen is 90 degrees or hotter. And you can see how the Valley of East Tennessee is going to definitely see that. Now, the Plateau, maybe not quite as much, but still going to be hot. So, and I think you'll definitely feel that no matter what. Cold front swings on through. Notice those dew points drop, or at least the heat index drops just a little bit across the northern valley up into Kentucky, the Ohio Valley, thanks to the humidity being knocked out of the air just a little bit. But it doesn't last very long. As we get into our Sunday, look at those heat index values, pushing upper 90s to low 100s for all of East Tennessee, except the higher elevations. If you want to beat the heat, you got to head up to the highest peaks of the Smokies, where temperatures will be in the 70s and low 80s and not nearly as humid. And we're going to start Monday off much more of the same. More heat index values pushing the upper 90s to low 100s. And as I mentioned, minimal chances for showers and thunderstorms, maybe a couple pop-up showers and storms across the highest peaks of the Smokies. And that's really going to be the story over the next 3, 5, and even 7 days. You can see over into North Carolina, a little bit of activity, but here around East Tennessee, not much activity expected. So the plateau and the mountains will be the only locations that really have a chance for seeing some pop-up showers and storms. And that temperature trend, we're going to be this nice little heat wave, I suppose. We're going to be in the low to mid 90s all the way through next Thursday. Low temperatures will be in the 60s and low 70s, so very warm, muggy nights, which is great if you have swimming pools because, well, the good news is that we will those higher temperatures and higher dew points and higher morning lows will help to warm those neighborhood swimming pools up as well, and your backyard pools, of course. So check in from time to time. I know the weather is pretty lackluster, really, if you will. But check in every once in a while with your daily forecast with the East Tennessee Weather app, or as I mentioned earlier, on easttnweather.com. So we sure hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Make sure to tune into social media. Mike Witcher TV on Facebook and Instagram. Check out Witcher's Adventures. The Witchers are going on vacation. I'm not going to tell you where. You have to tune in on social media for more updates on that, and I will be broadcasting from remotely, I should say, on location where we are headed. So I hope you tune in to social media and check in on your forecast every once in a while. In the meantime, enjoy today, enjoy the heat, and grab some AC, some water, whether it be a pool or the lake. Have a great rest of your day.